Welcome back to what may well be the last episode of Beyond Blue. I don't know that for sure, but I have a feeling. That last dive was significant, and I feel like this is going to be a wrap-up dive. I could be wrong. I kind of hope I'm wrong. I'm enjoying this game quite a bit, but there's only one way to find out. And if I get another chance to dive with my wonderful Mola Mola, I will happily take it. But we had a pretty intense dive last episode. We dove 4,000 meters down, plus some, and explored the hydrothermal vents, which, surprise, turned out to be active. We also discovered evidence of illegal mining, and unfortunately, one of Andrea's pod members, A2, had passed away and become a whale fall at the bottom of the ocean, which, while very sad for Mirai and Andrea's pod, is ultimately part of the cycle of life, and A2's body provided a lot of nutrients for a lot of deep-sea animals that don't get to eat very much, quite frankly. There's not a lot of food at the bottom of the ocean. And hey, look at this big Mola Mola. Life can't be all bad with these guys swimming around. That's what I always say. God, I love their big dumb faces so much. Well, we have a post-dive brief to get to with Irina and Andre, and this will be very interesting because while we were down so far, we weren't able to live send our footage, so this is the first time that we're going to be able to talk directly to Andre and Irina about what we found, including the unauthorized deep-sea mining. So, very curious to know what they have to say.
We watched the video log from your dive. I'm truly heartsick.
I'm furious. Where should we start?
Mining or whale fall? I feel like Mirai isn't ready to talk about the whale fall yet, so let's start with the mining.
The destroyed vent. I couldn't believe how badly the seabed was chewed up.
Vents that might have had a fossil record dating back over 1 billion years.
And microbial life that doesn't exist anywhere else on the planet. Who knows what cures we've lost.
Your drone's a fallen hero, Andre. I think it spooked the miners before they did more damage.
If you hadn't been willing to dive without a map, we would never have confirmed they were actively mining.
Who gets the satisfaction of turning them in?
We were debating that before you came on.
I'm glad they're finally agreeing on something. That drone was such an argument for the two of them. I vote for Andre, I vote for Irina, I vote let's do it together. That's like so sappy, but I'm just so happy that they agree on something for once. I feel like we should do it together.
We should jointly report. It'll be stronger.
Agreed.
And that.
Agreed. Now tell us about the whale fall. Could you ID the whale?
Oh.
The whale fall was definitely from the baby's family. The tail fluke was intact enough to scan it.
But you're sure it wasn't the mother?
It wasn't the mother. The ID matched another whale we know from her family.
Hope it was a natural cause, worried of a new threat. Well, I mean, whales die of natural causes all the time. She did say underwater that the whale might have been sick. Obviously, it's impossible to tell that, probably from a corpse. But I think somewhere it said that it was an older member of the pod, so that could happen. The only thing that has me considering it worried it was a new threat was that one whale that came up from the dive with those scrape marks. We don't know what those were, but I think I'm just gonna go with I hope it was a natural cause.
But it was an older whale, so it could have been from natural causes.
Do you think there's any connection to the miners?
They did plenty of damage, but I don't think the whale fall is on them.
I can pull out anything from the scan log that might be worth investigating.
Already have. Can you turn these into dive objectives?
Right. Catch you in a bit.
I was kind of hoping we would get to talk to Ren. I feel bad, she's struggling. But it looks like we are going to investigate that ship scrape or whatever it was on the whale that you can see there in the picture. We're going to collect biosamples from Andrea's family and other animals in the atoll to determine the atoll region to determine extent of the health threat. So that's good. We're gonna follow up and make sure that the mining didn't do any damage, despite being in a research zone. Let's get in there and hope for good news, right? Plan for the worst, hope for the best.
Day 14. Arena's analysis of the whale fall shows evidence of toxins from a harmful algal bloom.
Oof.
We have to find Andrea and her family and get biosamples. On a positive note, Andrea's side trip was a success. He found an amazing group of teens who have been nurturing the turtle population back to health. Running out of dive time, especially if I go home early. Ready to dive.
Okay, Mirai, that's a lot to unpack. Okay, keeping it short. Algal bloom, bad. Andre's side trip, and helpful teens, great. Going home early? Oh, poor Ren. Okay. Trying to address it as quickly as possible so I don't get horribly sidetracked.
I'm in and okay. This area looks so different at night. I used to love diving in the moonlight.
The pod was active in this area as recently as an hour ago.
When was the last tracking data for the baby or its mother?
Days ago. But they could be with the pod right now and just not making any noise.
Andrea. You better be okay, Andrea. I'll never forgive you if you're not. Are we sure we're 400 meters down? I think this is the atoll. I think we're back in the normal area. I don't think we're 400 meters down. I think the sub was, but I don't think we are.
There you go, first waypoint. They'll load automatically from here on in. I have the Explorer drones patrolling to get as many eyes and ears looking for the pod as possible.
Do I need the buoys?
No, we'll use the hydrophones on the drones. They don't have the range or fidelity of the boys, but we need speed.
Thanks.
Mirai, you know that no chatter rule was just for the vent area, right?
I'm sorry?
I think he's pointing out that you seem distracted.
Sorry. I'm back. Talk to me about something positive, Andre. Were you able to make contact with the teenagers you were telling me about?
They've been helping the leatherback turtle population rebound here in the region. They've developed a nest cooling technology to help the baby turtles. They've also built their own tracking drones.
Teens with tech. Sounds like you've inspired some citizen scientists, Andre.
That's so heartwarming. That doesn't sound like sperm whales. It sounds like orcas. But, I don't know all the sounds sperm whales make. What stopped? What are you? I mean, I don't think orcas would come this close, but you never know, I guess. Well, that sounds like sperm whale. That was weird. I wonder if we'll run into orcas. Healthy. W1. Well, that's good news at least. Oh, there are orcas. I did hear that. Crazy. I wonder what the orcas are doing in the atoll. They're not animals that I usually think of in shallow water areas like this. Orcas very much, I think, are associated with open water. Oh, is it one? Malnourished. Is that the same skinny one from before? And is it alone? I mean, if it's alone, that would explain it. Orcas are pack animals, or pod animals, I guess. If it's all by itself, it's probably having trouble hunting. But just because it's malnourished doesn't mean it's because of the algal bloom, necessarily. I don't know.
I don't remember having dolphins in the dive objectives.
I added them because of their role in the disease that hit the dolphin population a few years back.
Done. Andrea, have you picked up any tags from our pod?
No, not yet. I'm going to widen the radius for the Explorer drones.
I guess we will be using the buoys. But first, real quick. Let's be purple. For no reason other than we can. Oh, and our poor orca. He really does seem to be without his pod. That's not good. I hope he finds them. Oh. Oh, look. A whale shark and remora. Alright, we'll go back to normal light.
I have the lab ready to start work on the samples when you're done with your dive.
How quickly will you get results?
We can do initial screens quickly to narrow things down.
I love whale sharks. I'm sure you guys have figured that out by now. There's just something so magical about them.
Have you decided whether or not you want another dive back at the brine pool?
With everything going on, I really hadn't had the chance to look at the schedule, but I would always say yes to that.
Right.
Fair. Have a good swim, friend. Let's go investigate some more whales. Hopefully the pod? That doesn't look like a sperm whale silhouette, though.
I'm near the waypoint and can hear a humpback singing, but I don't see it. I think I'm losing it. It's gotta be close. I feel like it's singing right in my ear.
Is it?
Scan visor.
That's totally weird. I see a scan dot, but nothing's there. I think the humpback is invisible.
Sorry, I'm afraid I'm the
It's
invisible
the
whale.
speaker.
I'm definitely losing it. I thought you just said you're an invisible whale.
Well, not me. The humpback song I generated. You're at a playback station. It's pretty small on the buoy line, but in the dark you probably can't see the line.
Wow, it must be pretty authentic. At least enough to convince your drone. Mirai, have you heard back from Ren yet?
No.
Is Ren okay? Right. Are you there?
I'm not sure.
Pardon?
I meant about Ren. I don't know. We had a fight right before I left the sub.
Do you want to call her now? I can patch you through.
Seriously? Here?
Well, I have to watch your video feed for safety, but I can mute your audio track for privacy.
Wow, I've never talked to her while I was diving. No, I'll wait for the sub.
That'd be quite an experience. Hey Ren, I'm in the middle of a dive right now. You free to chat? Let's see if we can find a real humpback whale instead of Andre's playback system. Yes. Big open mouth smile, huh? Feels nice just to swim with these guys. Even if I'm supposed to be making sure they're healthy.
Okay, Mirai, you're on. The drone on the outer patrol just picked up several sperm whales on visual.
Thanks.
No sound alerts at all. They're being awfully quiet.
I wonder what that means. Are they quiet because they don't feel well? I was gonna say, are they quiet because they're hunting, but that wouldn't make sense. They would still be using echolocation. And they wouldn't be hunting this close to the surface. It's a puzzle. Oh, they're coming up.
I think I found the pod. Yes, that is them. I don't see the baby, but it's a little dark.
Why aren't they moving?
They're sleeping.
I had no idea. They look alien, but beautiful.
If you don't mind, I'm just gonna mute my comm while I get the samples.
I don't think they can hear us through your visor.
I think she is the one that is needing some quiet.
Thanks, Arena. Catch you at the sub. Mirai out.
Sorry, I just freaked out there a little bit. I want to do something, but I want to wait till I scan all of them first. We gotta be quiet. They're sleeping. Where am I scanning these guys? Oh, over there. Low-level toxin. That's not great. Let's see about the others. Low-level toxin. I'm guessing that we're also gonna run into it on this guy. Yep, low-level toxin. Oh, good morning. I hope we didn't wake them up. You know my mommy, she's the ocean doctor. The ocean is sick and she's trying to make it better. Aww. Let's see. Oh, we've got a whole vertebra from the whale fall, I'm guessing. I don't know when exactly we picked that up. That's interesting. Coastal region. Last dive. Coastal runoff. Large hab. Atoll. Didn't anyone detect the bloom? Confirm Ocean X could pick up early. Arena, any surprises in the samples? So it looks like we are gonna head back early to help Ren out. It's good and it's sad. Obviously we're gonna miss the whales, but our family needs us right now. There's our pictures from the dive. Wait, I think we're back in the open ocean? Do we? We have a remora stuck to our sub. You're not gonna get any nutrients from there, friend, sorry. Let's see. We finished up humpback whales. So, that's a pretty slow move. We've got slow move A, slow move B. Being social, I think, was that mating. Yeah. And eat. Yes? Eating? I guess they don't do much fast. Science log. Oh, wow, we've got a lot. We've got the classification, the sunlight zone, the humpback song structures. Andrea has developed a song generator based on the early work of Dr. Roger Payne that we will train on humpback songs. We will try to create an original song that influences the songs of other whales. We found M1. We've got M1's song, M2's song. Song pattern substantially different from previous males. This male may be migrated from a distant region. I will use this pattern in his playback to see if he can influence the whales singing the song from this region. So noisy. The new male, P1. Flick signature confirms it is not an individual already in the database. It is designated M21. The invisible whale. Andre's humpback song might not be good enough yet to communicate with a real humpback, but it is good enough to fool his own software. And we have the healthy humpback M1. Good to see the whales weren't exposed. No, he looks so happy. Let's see. More dolphin stuff. Pleased to see a healthy population of young dolphins in the region after the crisis that impacted the populations of whales and dolphins throughout the Pacific. The antimicrobial properties of the coral are being studied for how they might help the dolphins resist infection. Whistle recording. Healthy dolphins. We got any behaviors for orcas? Tail slap. Nice. Let's see. Saddle patch pattern scan to help create a digital signature. Vocal signature. Malnourished. The biosample from the orca shows no presence of toxins or disease, but seriously undernourished. DNA signature is a match for an orca recently released from captivity. Oh, that's interesting. So either it was malnourished when it got let out, or it has been having trouble adjusting. Wait, we've scanned 6 out of 5. We've scanned too many sea stars. Anything interesting? Dishonorable mention for being on the list of the world's 100 worst invasive species. Not their fault, though. The larvae are easily transported around the world by people in the ballasts of ocean vessels. Despite having only a primitive nervous system and no brain, sea stars are carnivores preying on mollusks, can regenerate lost limbs, which makes them promising subjects for Irina's research. Invasive species to the region, possibly introduced from the ballast water system of a ship. Andrea is testing an automated drone for the safe removal from the area. I think a lot of these things were here before, and I just didn't look at them, because I was trying not to spend too long in here. I love remora. They're so interesting. Let's see. Sometimes called suckerfish, the first dorsal fin is a special disc-shaped organ on top of the heads with a slat-like structure that opens and closes to create suction. Capable of attaching to whales, turtles, sharks, sunfish, and even boats. While attached, it eats away parasites and old dead skin. Useful. No dead skin on our ship, though, for them to eat. Oh, and we scanned all of the whale sharks. No behaviors. Largest known living fish, only found in warm waters, may live for over 100 years. Endangered. Andre will trace the origin of the tag to see what study might be in progress with this whale shark. New Wi-Fi tag deployed to enable acoustic tracking. Biosamples from whale sharks show healthy cells. I'm glad the whale sharks are healthy. Alright. Let's take a quick peek at where we are and what we're doing. Yeah, so it occurs to me that what we're seeing is where we are now, and once we do the calls, then it'll update with where we're going. So we were just in the atoll at 50 meters below sea level, which makes sense. But let's see, so no tracking data available on the potential location of Andrea and her mother, but we've updated that A2 is deceased. No evidence of disease. Arena testing for toxins possibly related to harmful algae bloom. Harmful algal bloom. Oh, interesting. So we've got a message from Irina, a message from Andre, and we're gonna call Ren, probably to tell her that we're coming home from the dive early.
Hello, Mirai. It's me. I don't see a sample from either the baby or the mother. Andre said you were going back out to look for them. I know you are still deciding, but I told him you're thinking about leaving the expedition early.
Turtle.
As soon as I have results, I'll let you know.
Irina, there's a turtle. Did you see it? There's a turtle in the atoll. Yeah. And we're thinking about leaving early. Probably going to leave early. Probably not thinking.
Mirai, I think I have a location for the mother and baby. They were spotted just outside the research zone by those teenagers I was telling you about. Now, I don't have much data, but the report doesn't sound positive. I'll let Irina know as well.
Oh no. That's not good at all. Oh, guys.
Hello?
Were you asleep is now a good time. She didn't sound tired, she sounded emotionally distressed. I'm gonna go with is now a good time.
Is now a good time? You sound tired.
Yeah, I'm a zombie. I had trouble sleeping.
Ask about Nana, ask about school. I feel like neither of these are good questions. I'm gonna ask about school.
Did you say school wasn't working out?
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Listen, I'm exhausted. I'll catch you later, okay?
Bren, please don't hang up. Bren? Okay.
Oh. Yep, final dive of the expedition. We're in the atoll still, 50 meters below sea level. I'm not sure why we have pictures of Andre and Irina, but we're just gonna be out looking for Andrea and her mother, so this could be a very short dive, theoretically. Only one way to find out.
Same night, last dive. We're near the coastal area where Andrea and her mother were last spotted. Suit checked and rechecked. Can't risk any exposure in case the bloom hasn't completely resolved. Hard to swim after absorbing neurotoxin. Seriously. Diving now.
Oh geez, Mirai. Are you sure this is a good idea? I didn't think about what the algal bloom would do to us.
Mirai, are you sure you want to do this dive?
I'm okay.
And you're sure you want to record in our streaming format?
Yes.
Ready? Recording now.
Tonight we're recording from the open ocean in the Western Pacific. For those of you who are returning, we're trying to get an updated status on the mother and baby sperm whale that we've been following on our stream. We're recording tonight's stream because we have reports that the mother whale is distressed, and we don't want to surprise viewers if these reports are true.
After discovering a whale fall in our research zone, we suspected that the whales may have been exposed to a toxin or pathogen, and are currently investigating. Samples from several females in the pod tested positive for a toxin that we believe resulted from exposure to a harmful algal bloom near the coastal area just outside our research zone.
Oh boy. Oh. Oh. But we'll always have baby turtles. Sorry about the Steam menu popping up for a second. I must have accidentally hit some keys when I was trying to sprint. I'm nothing if not consistent. Always gotta be scanning. I'm nervous, guys. At least the music is nice.
As I approach the whales, I'm gonna turn off my mic, but keep on my video feed.
No.
Oh.
The whales that we tested showed low level of this toxin, so we do not believe they will suffer from long-term effects. However, we expect that the mother whale was exposed to a higher level and was also more vulnerable because of her pregnancy.
Andrea, you better not die on me, I swear. Oh, well, that is the natural order.
Andrea, those orcas sure look like they're threatening the baby whale.
Where's the rest of the pod? Andrea's pod, the sperm whales. Maybe if I zoom scan them, they'll leave her alone. Probably not. But we can hope. Oh, good.
Stay close to your aunties. They know the way.
As far as we know, those were the only 2 whales affected by the bloom. With all of Andrea's technology genius, he still hasn't invented a way to be in 2 places at the same time. Before my flight home landed, Irina and Andre had already confirmed the location of the harmful bloom. I stayed close to home with Nana until she passed the next year. Ren moved in with me to save money while she finished school, which was great. Mostly. It was Ren's idea to keep the live stream going remotely using one of Andrea's drones. But it was my fabulous idea to have Ren join the stream to choose the questions from the audience. She is definitely a hit. I can't lie. It's great to be diving again. While I was away, the baby became an auntie.
Aww.
I think she likes it. She still buzzes me when I play my coda sounds, so that is still a mystery. But I swear, we understand each other completely.
That was so sweet. I love this game. That was great. I mean, I love the ocean, so it makes sense, but it's such a sweet story, too. I don't know what to say. I guess I should do all of those good plug things that you're supposed to do. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe. Probably I will end up back in the ocean again someday. If you like weird ocean facts, I am full of them. Shout out to everyone who made this game. They clearly put a lot of effort into it, and it shows. There's a lot of love behind this.
Something in the water. There must be something in the water. I disappear further and further and further down. There must be something in the water.
It takes a pod